Are you thinking what I'm thinking? No, I'm not thinking what you're thinking. I think you're thinking what I'm thinking. I'm not. R2? Maybe I am. I know you are. Maybe I'm afraid to think it out loud. Maybe the standings are saying it for you. Stop! Hi, everyone. Austin Matthews! What's your dream? Well, time for a rebuild. This team is ruining my life! Leafs win 4-2 over the New Jersey Devils. Battle of the backups, and McElhinney pulls out another huge win. Curtis frickin' McElhinney, dude. All right, well, the game doesn't start good. It starts actually pretty poorly. 3 minutes in, John Moore comes in, puts on a harmless shot, and oh dear, oh heavens, it's gonna be one of those nights. The puck goes off of McElhinney's elbow, and then behind him, and then off of one pad and the other. Looked like Pinky in the Brain making some concoction on Animaniacs. It looked like, remember those commercials for the Mousetrap? Dink, 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 and in the net. Oh God, McElhinney, don't make me think all these terrible things. Don't make me think that you're not the right McElhinney. Because you know what I was thinking? You know what I was honestly thinking? February 15th, Curtis McElhinney looks pretty poor against Columbus, allowing 4 goals on 34 shots. The whole team didn't look very good that night. And I was honestly thinking about writing this. Okay, let's pretend Curtis McElhinney isn't the real deal, which based on that game, doesn't look like the real deal at all. Should the Leafs look at calling up Antoine Bibeau? Well, despite 2 strong showings in the NHL, he has been brutal in the AHL this year. Alright, well, you know who you call up? The guy you had in the NHL last year, whose performance was hindered a little bit by injury, and this year he is top 10 in the AHL in save percentage, Garrett Sparks. And then what happens? McElhinney goes and gets a 37 save shutout against the Hurricanes. And it doesn't look that awesome against the Ducks. Really doesn't look awesome against the Panthers, but literally no one did. And then he allows this goal, and I'm like, oh boy. Well, Steve, no matter. You said that the Leafs call up Garrett Sparks. He's been good in the AHL. He is hurt. Oh, well then just call up Antoine Bibeau. Do not look at his most recent games. They were bad and also not good. McElhinney is the only option they got right now. But it's always healthy, particularly for the heart, to remember that hockey games are 60 minutes or more. Less than 3 full minutes after that, the Leafs are on the power play. Isn't that lovely? Josh Leivo was out there. Freivo worked. Matthews puts it on, and Keith Kincaid has it under control. Nope. He bats the puck into the crease with his glove, and Josh Leivo puts it in. His second of the season and 10th point in 13 games, which gives him more points than Connor Carrick, Roman Polak, Nikita Soshnikov, and Matt Martin, who have all played at least 56 games each. It is super unfortunate that Eric Ferrer is out of the lineup with a broken finger, like in his first game, just brutal. It is super unfortunate that Nikita Soshnikov, for as feisty as he's been all season, is banged up and out of the lineup, but it is super fortunate that the Leafs have Josh Leivo as an option, not even as a staple of the lineup, as an option. Tie game 1-1. Late in the frame, Austin Matthews breaking in, crashes the net, which is great because Willie Nylander just silky smooth all the time in the world. Why? Why would you do that? Snipes on Keith Kincaid. How is that only Willie's 21st? So nasty, and it's 2-1 Leafs. Trade William Nylander. And by trade him, I mean keep him and watch him break the Leafs franchise record for most consecutive games with a point by a rookie with 10. William Nylander's okay, and so are the Leafs because they head into first intermission up 2-1. And while we're at it, McElhinney with a good battle back period. Second period, and I don't know how many people watching this recap of the Leafs and Devils game are Oilers fans, but Oilers fans had to be pulling out their hair at this goal. Early in the frame, the Devils have it, they got it out. It's out of their zone. In front of their own blue line, Taylor Hall, just here you go. The Leafs version of the triplets, Bozak, Marner, and JVR all converge on the Devils' net. JVR gets fed a pass and he's wide open in part because Taylor Hall dogged it back. JVR snipes on Keith Kincaid, and guess what? Leafs are up 3-1. Look, I think the Devils crushed the Oilers in the Taylor Hall for Adam Larson trade. I do. You can't replace a player like Taylor Hall. You can't. I mean, you can. But Adam Larson isn't that replacement. And for how good Taylor Hall is on the Devils, for how good he was on the Oilers, you would get plays like this. It's like Jake Gardner. We love Jake Gardner, okay? We love him. He's arguably the Leafs' best defender, which makes the plays where he screws up that much more frustrating because you know he knows better and you know he can do better. We still love him though, but we know he can do better. But we love him. That's Taylor Hall on this play. What are you doing? And then something happens that kind of changes the flavor of the game. William Nylander drives to the net, does not come up with the puck, and runs over like steamrolls Keith Kincaid. And what happens after that? Nothing. Nothing. I mean, Willie got a penalty, but other than that, there's nothing. So they set it on Sportsnet during intermission, and you could feel it. You know that John Hines was in the Devils locker room tearing the paint off the wall. Not only are they brutal in the standings, not only are they losing this game, but their goalie gets run and no one says a word. Well, third period, 6:49 in, just imagine Morgan Rielly gets a holding penalty. On the ensuing penalty kill, Matt Hunwick destroys Kyle Palmieri. Now, I think the Devils would have responded to this anyway, but what made it even worse is Palmieri did not have the puck. That is clearly interference. And a Donnybrook ensues. Boyle fights Zajac, everyone's got a partner, and it's just chaos. And now the Leafs are down 2 men. Zach Hyman breaks his stick. Oh my goodness, Morgan Rielly leaves the box. Oh, the Devils are gonna shoot it. Ah! Rielly! Incredible effort, but the Leafs are not out of the woods yet. Puck comes to Zach Hyman, he's in perfect position to clear it, but he doesn't have a stick. And while he's going to the bench to get one, because he realizes life is going to be a very hard time if he doesn't have one, John Moore puts it on. Blandisi just falls and can't get up on Curtis McElhinney, and it's a 3-2 game now. I don't blame the Leafs for that one. Morgan Rielly deserved better, because that was a fantastic defensive play, but Hyman's stick broke. What are you going to do? Babcock challenges for goalie interference. Dude, Blandisi is such an annoying player. I got to see him last year during the Calder Cup playoffs. But similar to Kadri in the sense that, yeah, I'd take him on my team, and he's a local boy. Now, I think you would have an argument for goalie interference had the puck not already gone in when Blandisi makes real contact with McElhinney, so that's a good goal. And the Devils getting some bounces, sure, but showing some fight. But after that, the Leafs were good boys the rest of the game. They didn't take any more penalties. In fact, they got a power play. They weren't able to convert on it, but they were good boys. Devils net empty. Kadri gives it to Komarov. Connor Brown saying, shoot it, you got the open net. But good guy Uncle Leo gives it to Connor Brown, scores his 17th of the season. 4-2 Leafs, that ices it. What a good guy, that Leo. He gets the rookie a goal that he could have easily taken for himself, and Kadri gets a secondary assist on an empty netter. Because they all count. And I don't know if he gets a bonus for it, but now Connor Brown just 3 goals away from 20. Even if there's no bonus, just to have the feather in his hat that, yeah, I scored 20 as a rookie. And even if he doesn't hit 20, Komarov gave a rookie a goal. Isn't that nice? Want to see something else nice? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. So, we're not going to talk about, but do the Leafs' last few games, do the Leafs' position in the standings make you think some silly things? Because I'm thinking some silly things! Last note, I thought Alexei Marchenko played great in the place of Roman Polak, who, of course, got 2 games, which that's about fair. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. And ask if they're in. Because if you look at the standings, if you look